Love the grind here. We're out in Buffalo County, Wisconsin on our farms today. It's early September. We've got Tim from Buck Bribe up. We had Tim up earlier this spring, and Tim put all of the plots on all of our farms through a liquid calcium soil treatment program. We did a video for that, and we got a lot of questions from our viewers asking about the results of that treatment.
Today we're going to take you through their farms, show you some of the amazing results and increase in tonnage and crop nutrient uptake that the Buck Bribe Ground Zero Liquid Calcium has gotten these guys out here. When it comes to Buffalo County and really the Love the Grind crew, they work with a very diverse set of soil types. We have sandy to clay soil and everything in between, and a huge variety of different crops. All right, we're out here in plot 1. It's about an 1.5 acre soybean plot. As you can see, we're standing in about waist-high soybeans, which makes excellent browse cover for the early season. And we've really increased and maximized the tonnage out here. We have 40 or 50 pods on this one plant alone, which is gonna provide a really good food source pretty much all the way through hunting season for these deer. Keep them here, keep them happy, and keep them fed. On the flip side of this plant here, we have an excellent root system, some really nice roots on here, excellent pods. And now where the Ground Zero comes into play with this is you have your liquid calcium that's gonna really transfer the nutrients into the root system, but it also comes with a mix of humic acid, trace minerals, micronutrients, organic matter, and carbons and sugars that really help draw in the nutrients into these plants. It helps increase the nodule sizes on these bean plants, which will increase your natural nitrogen production, help you with topside production. Overall, high browse coverage, tonnage, and root system. We have some really good soybean plants out here from the Ground Zero Liquid Calcium treatments. Right now we're standing in plot number 2. It's a plot with a really cool design. As you can see, they have brassica runways leading in. The reason behind that design is to kind of make these deer feel comfortable coming out of the woods into the brassica food plots long enough for you to get your shot that you need out of this plot. The problems they were facing here last year is they couldn't get any height on their corn at all, allowing these deer to feel comfortable here. What we did is we came in with the Ground Zero Liquid Calcium, treated all the corn and the brassicas as well, and we really got some good height out of them this year, making these deer feel really comfortable in these brassica kill zones. We're on plot number 3 right now, which is about an 1.5 acre brassica plot. It's a newly excavated plot that came out of thickets and low-lying brush. Now, one of the things about that is when you do clear out that, what's gonna happen is those thickets and that brush and those hardwoods are gonna purge their soil acidity from their roots into the soil. Soil acidity is where you get your low pH, high acidic soil there, which is not good for pretty much growing anything besides strawberries and cranberries. So what we did here is we gave it a really generous dose of Buck Bribe Ground Zero Liquid Calcium to raise the pH by increasing that calcium saturation, lower the soil acidity by displacing the hydrogen, and really bring up the nutrient transferability and flow in the soil to get this beautiful brassica plot that you see behind me. Plot number 4, which is about a 6 acre soybean plot. The deal here with this plot is extremely sandy soil. The biggest part is just trying to keep whatever nutrients we have and whatever nutrients we add in the soil. And the Buck Bribe calcium is a catalyst nutrient. So it's gonna pick up all your nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, carry it directly to the root zone where you get your topside production and really get your growth out of it. All right, we're out here on plot number 5. This is just a really massive destination food plot. Not only is the corn an excellent food source for the deer, but the guys that love the grind designed this food plot in a way that they can use it as cover to get in and out of their hunting areas. And then use the brassicas to really be a food source for the deer. And we accomplish both. We have a really tall, nice, lush stand of corn, and this is a world-class brassica plot here that these deer are gonna be able to munch on for the rest of the hunting season. Right now we're on plot number 6, which is about a 3-acre soybean plot. And really what we try to focus on here was maximizing tonnage. In this area, we have a huge deer population, so tonnage was the main thing. We had to have as much of a food source as long as we could into the hunting season to really keep this deer in this area. And as you guys can see, it looks like we're swimming in a sea of soybeans ranging from waist high to chest high. When it comes to this plot, the soil type here is more of a clay soil. And from a Buck Bribe ground zero standpoint, the calcium plays an important role in getting the nutrients to the actual plant and the crop and the pod, but also the humic acid in there is a natural soil aerator, which is gonna allow to seep down into this clay soil, aerate it, and get those nutrients really a chance to transfer from the outer soil into the root zone. And as you can see, the roots on this bean plant are long, but the real thing you want to pay attention to here is the nodules. It's just full of nodules, which create your natural nitrogen production in your bean plant, which is going to drive topside production for the pods. Plot number 7, which is about an 1.5 acre brassica field overseeded with rye and oats. It has these pine trees all around it. They make for excellent thermal cover for the deer, but also those hardwoods, those pines, those cedars put off a ton of soil acidity, more than really any other kind of tree there is. So they're dealing with a high acidic soil around here. The ground zero liquid calcium is going to push that hydrogen out of the soil, lower the soil acidity, raise the calcium saturation, get all those nutrients flowing from the outside of the plot into where they need to be, into the root zone, and get you some good topside production. Right now we're on plot number 8. This is a 5-acre soybean plot with a brassica walking funnel strip right down the middle of it. We really wanted to maximize tonnage around this area because this is a south-facing hill where these deer like to bed down in the wintertime and keep that heat on them. And they come down here in this valley all through the hunting season. You know, they stay in here really thick. And so maximizing tonnage is one of the big focuses that we had for this piece of property specifically. We've gone in and we've added in our ground zero liquid calcium with a mixture of micronutrients and minerals, humic acid, and carbons and sugars that have really increased the microbial activity in this soil, allowing this stuff to feed the plants the nutrients they really need out here. All right guys, right now we're at plot number 9. When it comes to this plot, it's a huge diversity when it comes to crops. I'm standing in chest-high soybeans right now. Down below me on the valley, we have a beautiful brassica plot, and then wrapping around the whole outside is just a massive corn stand, which has really tall corn. I would say probably in the 10 to 11 to 12 foot tall range, which is gonna allow these deer in this area, which has a very high deer population, enable them to feel safe in here. And obviously it's gonna provide the tonnage they need to feed for the rest of the fall and throughout the hunting season. With the ground zero liquid calcium, we really delivered on beautiful brassicas, some beautiful soybeans, really good corn stand, and they all are producing at maximum tonnage for what they can in this type of soil. Plot 10, bringing it home strong with the Homegrown Outfitters Home Lodge. This is just really a massive acreage when it comes to food plots. And one of the things that you have to keep in mind when you have an area so big and such a good food source and coverage is you have to design these plots in a way that will funnel the deer to where you want them to go. And that's something that the Homegrown Outfitters and the Love the Grind guys have done really well. And the thing that we've done with Buck Bribe is we spread the ground zero liquid calcium across the whole property here to really increase the nutrient transferability and get all the maximum tonnage out of the big, huge variety of crops that we have on this one location. So from coming here in the spring until now, which is early September, seeing the transformation here is just really amazing. Food plot results are in, tonnage is up, and now it's time to reap the reward.